stick around to get my expert advice on getting a mortgage. Mortgages are a hot topic right now. Number one, because rates are so high, depending on when you were born. Growing up, you saw 2 and 3% rates, which are phenomenal. If you're older, you will remember when they were 18%. Most of my career, I've been doing this 27 years. Most of my career, they've run 5-6%. Back when I got into real estate and was working with buyers, one thing I found that was very helpful was for all of us to work together. So basically, unless you've got a bucket full of cash, which most of us don't, you would have to get a mortgage. You can get it from a credit union, you can get it from a mortgage broker. Basically, they go out and look for the best mortgages and the best rates for you. In the past, I've worked with local banks and mortgage brokers. Basically, what you do is, number one, talk to them and get pre-approved. It's where you tell them what you make, what you owe, if you've got alimony or anything like that. Everything you tell them stays with them. All they come back and tell the realtor is how much you can afford, what type of loan program you're doing, and if you need closing cost assistance. Those are the things that help the realtor help you. Why is that? Well, number one, so we don't go over budget. So we make sure that the house qualifies for the loan. So if you're getting a USDA loan, that's a rural loan, you have to be kind of out in the country. FHA mortgages, I don't know the income limits, but basically FHA loans are backed by the government. You have to put down 3.5% of your own cash into the deal. The seller can pay the closing costs. They can help out with the closing cost. Certain loans have guidelines that preclude the house from qualifying for certain mortgages. For instance, FHA, you got to have a stove. They want to make sure everything is safe and secure. I mean, they just want to make sure you're not going and having to put in a bunch of money to get the house secure. If there's any rotten wood, that's got to be repaired. FHA doesn't like that. If there's any peeling paint, especially on houses built before 1978, that's a no-no. That's something to consider when you're dealing with FHA. Another thing to consider with all mortgages are the PITI. So all mortgages, for the most part, have principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. Well, government funded, especially if you're doing less than 20% down, they've got something called PMI, private mortgage insurance. And basically that is mortgage insurance for the lender that you will make your payments. Once you get 20% equity in your home, then that mortgage insurance can go away. Those are all things that the loan officer will talk to you about when you are talking to them on the phone or in person. They can guide you as to what program would be best for your situation. There are lots of special programs. If you need some closing cost assistance, there's special programs for that. So that's why you really need to go and talk to the lender. They've got funds early in the year, but by the end of the year, they've dried up. So again, a close relationship with your realtor and the lender is a good thing to have when you're purchasing a home. So you'd need to find a great realtor that you want to do business with. Most of us have a great lender, and it doesn't hurt to call around, but calling 2 or 3 can probably get the job done. They'll get all your information, run it through the computer. After that, they can kind of tell you what you would be approved for, what your payment would be. But basically, working with a great realtor and a great lender and us knowing what we need to do to help you help yourself is what's gonna buy you a house and hopefully avoid all the issues that come along with buying a house. If you have more questions, make sure you reach out to us. It's info@expertrealestateteam.com. Phone number is 864-895-9791.